demonstrator in southern Tasmania. A little bit of something different happening in Craft Room today. Something I was inspired to do by our recent trip to Sydney for Onstage. One of the presenters there did what she called a this or that challenge. Oh, so okay, that's the volume's fine. I'll just check that behind the scenes. Yeah, so she did what she called a this and that challenge. So basically, she had some options laid out for a card, and then she basically just gave us, as the audience, the chance to choose which way the card would go. Very brave of her, and I thought I would give it a go today as well. We'll see how it goes. It may end up in a big disaster, but hey, if that happens, it's your fault, not mine. So I can, give the blame away. Okay, so we might as well get started. I haven't given you guys complete free reign of my craft room. That would just be too scary probably for all of us. So what I thought I would do is I've got 4 or 5 different options that we will choose as we go through the card, and you guys can work out what you'd like me to do. I was a little bit late because I was trying to work out how to do a Facebook live poll so we could do it all fancy schmancy and automatic, but basically couldn't work out how to do it. So I thought we'll just do this the old-fashioned way. You just guys pop your choice into the comments, and once the comments start coming through, I'll sort of make a bit of a guesstimate as to which option wins. So, we're not, curing the common cold or doing anything too drastic. So if it's close and I go one way or the other, I'm not going to worry too much about that. It's just for fun. Okay, so the first choice we need to make is if everyone's on, there's a fair few on, so enough of you to make a what do they call it? A caucus or whatever, the basis for a vote. So we'll get started. Okay, so the first choice you guys need to make, and I'm using some new products and some existing products here, so I'll get rid of that first, is a color combination with designer series paper. So here are my 2 options here. Hopefully the colors are going to work out for you. This one on my left is Starry Sky, Fresh Freesia, and this paper is from the what do they call it? Tea Boutique designer series paper. It's got the teapots on the other side, but we're going to use this one. So that's our first option. So we'll call that option 1. And our second option is very similar to the colours that I used the other night in Come Craft to Me. It's Orchid Oasis Pool Party. And this is some of the brand new paper from the upcoming catalogue. It's basically called, I think it's called Two Tone Flora designer series paper. It's got some lovely brush strokes on one side and this acrylic paper on acrylic paint look on the other. So on my right we've got B, so that's on my right. We've got B, B, B. Yep, so this is B. This is the new paper. Okay, so I think B is the winner, so we'll go B. So bye Tea Boutique, you're a goner. Okay, so that goes with, I didn't bring the ribbon out. So we're going to use this ribbon as well, which is the pool party ribbon. So that goes with option B. Yeah, I'm sure that probably wouldn't have swayed anyone's opinion there. Okay, so we've got option B. Okay, so this is what we're going to work with. So the next decision you guys have to make is what sort of card we're going to make. And I'm only giving you 2 options, and I haven't got any examples here. Option A is just a standard card. Option B is a bookbind card. Okay, so I'm going to give you a few minutes because there's still a few Bs coming in. So I'm assuming that's for the previous one. So you're now seeing the options. So option A is a standard card. Option B is a bookbind card. A, standard, B, bookbind. So B for bookbind. So I'm going to watch for the answers to come through now. Okay. Assuming you're all seeing a few Bs. There's some Bs coming in. Okay. Sally said B. Good morning, Sal. Susan said B. Tammy said B. Wow. Okay, so we'll go a bookbinding card. That's good. So the reason I went with that was because it's that and a standard card, because it's the two options that I know basically how to do them off the top of my head. So, you know, without too much traumaing as far as measurements is concerned, obviously, because I do a lot of bookbind cards. Well, I do one every new suite anyway. So we're going to start with a full-length piece of cardstock and 4 inches wide. I'm going to cut it back to, taking my thing out that way, back to 11 inches long. Tiny bit of wastage there. So with a bookbind card, I score it at 5.5, which is halfway. 5.5, which is halfway, Julianne. And then at 4 as well. Okay, so that's the 2 scores for a bookbind. There we are. So that little tiny, that smaller score there, it becomes out the spine of our card. Okay, so there we go. Okay, so we've got that. That's our main colour. As I said, that is Orchid Oasis. So what I'm going to need to do as well is to cut my pool party. We'll cut that down to 1/8 of an inch smaller. So it's going to be 3 7/8 thick or wide. And then I'm going to need a square of 3 7/8. And then a little bit of 1 3/8 for the spine. And I'll actually need another one, another square one for inside. Might as well make it fancy smancy. Okay, so we've got 2 of those and 1 of those. I'll cut down the paper as well. So the Designer Series paper is really nice. If you watched our Come Craft with me the other night, we used something very similar, but it's got lots of different great colours. So it's definitely one to look for. But I want to pick a part of the pattern that's got most of this really pretty sort of, what we call it, paint brushes. So that was a 3 1/8. So I'll make this 3 3/4. And then I'll keep the 3 3/4 there. And I'll also need 1 1.5, 1 1/4. There we are. I'll swip that around. 1 1/4, so I get the nice brush strokes. Okay, so there we are. That's our paper there. Inside, we need a white panel as well. So I've got my white paper here, and it's going to be the same as the paper, isn't it? So 1 4 3 3/4 square. If you pop onto my website, you'll see I have done lots of these bookbind cards. So if I'm going too fast with the measurements, please pop over there and have a bit of a look. I'll put a link to one in the video. Okay, so that's our white panel for inside. That's our beautiful Designer Series paper for outside. And that one goes on the spine as well. Will I flip it over? No, I think that's a bit too pink, that side, so we'll keep it on this side. Okay, so I think that is our cutting. Oh, excuse me. Side draw, slightly, what's the word? Dry throat. Okay, so I'll pop that away for a second. Next decision to be made, and I think we've got all the decisions out of the way so we can be safe with our next decision. I think our next decision is stamp set that we're going to use. Now, these are 2 stamp sets out of the upcoming celebration, so they are both yours free with a purchase of $90. So they're the level 1 freebies. So a purchase of $90, you can pick either of these plus lots of other things, of course. So we've got adorable owls on the on the left, and beautifully happy on the right. So A, B, A, B. So make your choice with that. Are we going to go some cute little owls for A, or are we going to go these beautiful flowers for B? I love this. I'm not going to sway you, but it does have a cute little bee. So B with B, or owls with A. Actually, that's quite good because it's adorable owls and beautiful day. So A, B, beautifully happy. A, B, A, B. So we'll give that a few minutes to get that underway. We've got an A, we've got a B, couple of B's. B, B, lol, B. Okay, Tammy says B. B, B. Okay, so we're looking like B. Okay, I think that's probably okay. We'll do the owls next time, I promise. We will definitely do the owls. We will unavoidably do the owls, but this time we're going to use our beautifully happy. Okay, so let's have a look. I've picked out the colours to go with our paper. Actually, I've got them left over from the other night because they're the same colours I used. There's our, oh, did I want fresh freesia? No, I didn't really want, oh, yes, I do. Bit of a cheat because this paper's actually got fresh freesia in it as well. So fresh freesia, soft succulent, and orchid oasis. I haven't gone the pool party there because I want to do some leaves in that, and pool party's a little bit blue, but the soft succulent's just as nice. Okay, so open this one up. I have not even opened this stamp set yet, so this is all a bit of an adventure for both of us. So it looks like, from the cover anyway, we have a outline. Can you see it there? I've got an outline stamp which has got the whole flower on it. It's quite big actually. We may have to chop it down a bit for our fun fold. And then you pull it down to its composite parts, and we've got a stamp there just for the leaves and a stamp there just for the main blooms, and then another one here that has the little buds and things. Well, that's really sweet. Let's see how that goes. Okay, let's see how that goes. Well, we'll pop this one aside for the minute and we'll pop our card together, and we can at least know where we're heading with the design. And our ribbon. Don't forget our ribbon. We've got a bookbinding card. We have to have a ribbon. Okay, so let's pop this on the front. It's gone a bit blurry, has it? Probably because I'm bringing things close to the screen. Hopefully, if I stop still for long enough, it'll correct itself. And it looks okay here. Hopefully, it's done it at your end too, Cheryl. Too much happening and going on. My poor little camera can't handle it. It's actually the camera I used at work for when I was working for Zoom meetings and things. So I know it's a pretty good camera, but obviously for Zoom meetings I wasn't running around all over the place and moving my hands like a mad woman. So it had an easier life back then. Poor little camera. You're a good little camera. Anyway, so we're making our bookbind card. Just put that on there. So that's the square one that we've cut. That seam isn't quite straight. I'm just going to fix that there and burnish it. There we are. And then there's two smaller pieces. Like that. Actually, I might flip that one over just to give a bit of a contrast from the rest of it. It's not too bad, and it does have the pink in here, so it's not too galling. Just makes it look a bit different. There we go. Yeah. Okay, so now I'm going to grab some double-sided tape, and we're going to seal down our little spine and trap our ribbon. Just while I'm doing this, so just some business things. We've got our last chance sale starting on the 1st of December. So our last chance sale is quite large discounts, up to 60% I've seen, some things reduced, out of the current mini catalogue. So the catalogue that had all the Christmas things in it, that'll go on sale from the 1st of December. Some things are not discounted, but a lot of them are. And as I say, up to 60%. I did have a look at one of the designer series papers that I use is 60% off. So that's definitely worth stocking up. And let's face it, from the 1st of December, there's still a lot of Christmas crafting to do. So if you'd like to finish off your Christmas crafting at a discount, please watch my Facebook page for the reductions, for details of the sale. Yeah, so that's really exciting. And you know, we've always got, you can stock up nice and early for next Christmas as well and get a run on your Christmas crafting. So anyway, what else have we got happening? Our new Funfold class is going to be released next week. It's I think I've mentioned in previous videos, we're going to be doing a 6x6 one sheet wonder based on the Fitting Florets designer series paper. I did show the cards last video and I haven't got them here with me now, but 3 really pretty cards. I think we'd call them sentiment only. There's no Funfold in there, although I'm sure you could switch them up and make them Funfold. But yeah, so I thought with Christmas nearly here, we probably all needed a bit of a rest from the complicated Funfold. So I've just gone standard cards with that class. But it's nice. It's pretty. There'll be a pink version and a blue version, but you'll just randomly get whichever one I happen to lay my hands on when I'm packing the classes away. But they're both pretty. That paper's just glorious either way. I'm just popping here. This is my Pool Party, what's it called? Sheer ribbon, I think. Yep, Pool Party sheer ribbon. Perfect for this colour combo. There we are. It's in the current catalogue, this one, I think. Well, it might even be in the mini catalogue. Maybe it's going to go on sale. I'll have to have a look. I'll just trim off those ends. And there we are. So that's our ribbon there. Nothing quite the same with the bookbind card without a nice ribbon on the spine. Okay, pretty. Okay, so let's work out. Oh, I haven't done the inside one. Hang on, I'll put the insides in. So we're going to be using our Beautifully Happy stamp set. Next decision that we need to make is, will I put the image on a round piece of white cardstock? Will I stamp it on a round piece or a square piece? Hang on, I'll do this. I'm giving you too many. Mull that over a second and I'll show you where I'm headed. So we're talking about, am I going to put a round piece or a square piece on the front there? So I was going to use my Stylish Shapes. I'll get out the 2 that I'm going to use. This is the Stylish Shapes stitched. So we're going to go square A or round B, or just write square or round, whichever you want, square or round. So we've got a round there for Nicole. Go around. Any more votes? Round. We're winning so far, Nicole. Let's see what else comes out. So I'll put it on there and you'll be able to sort of tell a bit more. So, oh, look, it's so big. I might go down in size because it's so big it covers up all our beautiful paper. So there's round or there's square. We've got lots of rounds at the moment. Lots of rounds. So there, we've got that. I think I might take it down a size just so I don't cover over so much of my pretty paper. Which is the next one down? That one. So a bit smaller. Yeah, Nicole, yeah, I agree. So we're a bit smaller. Round, round, square. Lisa's gone square. Round. I think round is the winner there. So I'm going to go a little bit smaller so I don't cover over too much of my pretty paper. Now, let's see. I'll grab a piece of cardstock. Grab that. grab my baby. Come over here, baby. Very exciting at the moment. The mini machine, that this little beauty here that you've seen me use many times, is part of our joining offer during celebration. So that paper's a wee bit wide. I'll just cut it down. Yes, so part of the joining offer, you will get to choose either there's three options actually. You either choose the original machine, which is this one, the white one, or they've released a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. They just know what tempts me. Blue. Oh, don't listen, baby. It's a blue version. Just a sort of, they call it a boho blue, which is, so it's a new blue that we've not seen before. So you get to choose that, or if you don't want a small machine, or you've got one already, you don't want a second one, you can just choose a much improved dollar amount of free product with your starter kit. So I think, and I can't remember the details now, but exact details, I think it's 315 Australian for $169 in that improved offer, which is absolutely amazing. So you're basically getting, what, 50% free on top of your normal excellent deal. Okay, so we've gone round. There we go. Square would have been nice too, because the whole thing is square. Round is a little, it sort of breaks the, breaks the mold, so to speak, a wee bit. Okay, so we're going to grab our stamp set. Let's have a little look. What I think I might do, I've totally lost the stamp set. No, there it is. What I might do is just grab a piece of white cardstock. Let's just have a little look at this stamp before we commit to popping it on our card, because I might not be able to fit that whole beautiful thing in there. I'm going to use my Stamparatus, because now I look at it, it's quite a large image, and I want to be able to position those little infill stamps correctly. So I'm not going to need that whole piece of cardstock. Now let's just go. Let's just go that amount there so we can pop it in the Stamparatus. We do have a final decision to make, at least one. One decision to make before we finish this baby off. Okay, so I'm going to pop that there with my magnets. Let's see this one. I might, just so you guys can see it clearly, I don't know what I just pushed that down for. That wasn't really necessary because it didn't have any ink on it. So you guys can see this clearly, I'm going to do the outline in black. I have to move that completely now. Yeah, I'm going to do the outline in black, because if I do it in something a little bit, what's the word, softer, you guys aren't going to be able to see it on the video. So let's have a look at this original image. There's some really nice celebration freebies. There's a couple of papers. I think I showed them to you when I came back from on stage. There's a paper that goes, it's got lots of lovely little farm animals on it. It's really cute. It goes with a bundle from the new catalogue. Plus there's other various floral papers. What else was there? In memory, I've got most of them due to the size of my pre-order. It was huge. Okay, so that's the image there. Oh, it's gone, sorry, it's gone blurry again. Apologies. I'll bring it up where it's actually sharp. So that's the flower. That's quite cute. It's quite large too. So that's gone the whole width of a 4-inch piece of cardstock there. And that, I'll give that a second to, yep, that's gone sharp again. Okay, so let's have a look at these infills. Okay. So this one's obviously for the leaves, so we might do that one first. I'm going to do that in soft succulent. Ooh. So with my Stamparatus, I can position it where I want it. Take that one away. Position it over where I need it to be. That's just about perfect. Grab my soft succulent ink, which I absolutely love. Soft succulent. I'm going to miss it when it goes. It's a really lovely soft green. Hopefully they'll bring something comparable back. Okay, so that's to see, that's actually just stamped those leaves just exactly where they need to be in the right order. And it's actually got the light and dark shading, which our distinctive stamps have, you know, light and dark with the one pass of your stamp, which is awesome. Okay, so that's that. What else have we got that we can use to fill in? We've got the flowers. Looks like the flowers are in, that's in one piece. I'll get rid of you leaves. So that's those. Oh yeah, okay. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4 of those. So we'll put these in, what will we use? Fresh freesia. My fresh freesia is a wee bit dry. Wasn't too concerned about getting the refills for our in colours. I don't know about you guys, but getting a refill for something for a colour that's only going to be around for a couple of years at the time didn't seem good value, but now I'm regretting it because I really would love these stamp pads to last forever. So I might have to grab them before the time. So it's done. Oh, it's in 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 of those flowers. It's coloured in, which is awesome. What else have we got? I'll pop you over there. That's you. These little buds here look like they are up in here. Is that right? Oh yeah, cool. So this little bud one, there's some little leaves there. So this little bud one actually does all those leaves, all the little buds, and the sort of the little I don't know, the little leaves that are at the base of the flower, the little stem sort of thing. So we have to choose what colour we want that. So I don't know that we don't want those pink. We don't really want them blue. We might go another green. Let's go, baby. Okay, I'm let you guys guide me here. What colour will I make this last stamp? And I haven't got any options, so it's not an A and B. It's just think about colours. It's got to be a green. Well, should be a green of some sort, I suppose. Let me have a look at the paper and see what other greens are recommended. Where are you, paper? Yes, I have a bit of a think, and use those of you that know the Stampin' Up colours, have a bit of a think and tell me which green you think would work well while I try and find the paper. Here we are. Okay, the other greens. Soft succulent will retire when it's an in colour, Linda. So it'll retire when its in colour friends retire. It'll go with the rest of them and be replaced by new in colours. And I can't find the little piece of card that tells me what colours they are. Where are you? You've got to be there somewhere. I think Soft Sea Foam is in it. We might go Soft Sea Foam. Does anyone Pool Party? Yeah, Vicky'd like me to use Pool Party. I just wonder if that's a bit blue, but it would match. Oh, hang on. Is this this is it? Sorry, I was after the being colour challenged. I was after the piece of paper. So we've got basic grey, Crittalypso Corals 2 red, Daffodil Delight, Evening Evergreen. We could go really dark. Orchid Oasis, Pool Party, or Soft Sea Foam. Okay, so our choices would be, you've got 3 choices now, and you might actually have to type the colour. Evening Evergreen, which is dark. Or Pool Party, which has got a blue tinge to it, or Soft Sea Foam, which is really, really light, really pale, as you probably know. So this is the choice for the buds and the little leaf bits. So Evening Evergreen, which is dark, Soft Sea Foam, which is light. Got to find all these first. So that's Soft Sea Foam. You can see how pale that is. Evening Evergreen is the exact opposite. It's quite dark. Evening Evergreen, Evening Evergreen. I should have it at hand because I've used it a lot lately. That's Early Espresso. Evening Evergreen, here we go. I think that would be too dark, I think. We've got a couple for Soft Sea Foam, and my Pool Party is here somewhere. No, it's here somewhere, but I don't know where. So let's go Soft Sea Foam. Oh, well, we've got Evening Evergreen. Oh, God. We've got Soft Sea Foam. So let's try Soft Sea Foam. It's a light colour. If we really hate it, we can come in with something darker and create our own new colour. Thank you for being patient with me yesterday, guys, when I didn't come on as I expected. I had about a year and a half ago, I was diagnosed with vertigo, or positional vertigo, the BPPV they call it, and it went all by itself. But sometimes I just find myself really, really giddy, and I don't know whether it's that, because it's the crystals in the inner ear that sort of get out of sync, or whether it's that, or whether it's something else. But anyway, I was just so giddy, I couldn't put my head down. I was all right as long as I didn't put my head down, and obviously when you're card making, you want to put your head down. So just didn't feel like doing anything. So anyway, it's all good. So that's our Soft Sea Foam. What do we think of that? I don't think that's too bad. I quite like that. Okay, so that is that flower, little bunch of flowers there that we're going to be popping on the front of our card. It's quite big, isn't it? Let's see how we go. And we'll bring back our card and our little circle. Okay, what I might do is I'm going to fussy cut it. So you're going to have to watch me fussy cut. I'm going to actually fussy cut, but I might exclude, just for the size of it, I'm going to exclude the stem and that bottom leaf and just fussy cut that above there. As much as it's going to break my heart, just because I think it's going to be too big otherwise. So, and when I say fussy cut, because it's going on a white background, I'm not going to be too fussy. It's going to be a slightly less than fussy cut. So I hope everyone's having a nice week so far. I've finally waiting for a gentleman to come and have a look at my car. I'm selling my car only because I'm buying my dad's car from my mum. Once the estate is finalised, I'm sort of going to buy just to have it. It's not exactly the car that I would have chosen, I don't think, but it's Dad's, so I want it. And my siblings agree that I can buy it, which is nice of them. So yeah, I'm buying Dad's car and I'm selling mine. So yeah, so it's a matter of now putting my car on the market. and I took it to a professional cleaning place yesterday, and the guy looked at it and yeah, he was trying to be polite, but he basically went under his breath. He went, "Oh goodness." Anyway, so yeah, they cleaned it. They did a wonderful job. So on my way home, I bought a car cover. You know, one of those car covers just to throw over, just to keep it clean while I'm trying to sell it. And I went, I parked in my driveway, and I parked in the driveway, and I went inside, and I had some lunch. So I was probably inside for less than an hour, and I came out and I thought I'll just see how it is. And my beautiful, clean white car had, I counted, at least 20 bee poos on it, on its beautiful white Juco. So I think the bees must have been waiting in the bushes for me to come home so that they could relieve themselves on my car. So after I'd done a bit of swearing at the bees, I put the car cover on. So yeah, so it's been safe overnight from being a bee toilet. Yes, and this morning it's beautiful. It's beautiful and clean, and I love it. And yeah, I'm going to be sad to see it go. It's a nice little car, but I don't need two, and as a family we don't need three. So yeah, it's going to go hopefully to a nice home. Yeah, so I couldn't get over it. Less than an hour. It must just be a whole lot of bees hanging around, like holding their legs together, just waiting for me to park my car so that they can do their little yellow poos on it. Like the dog. If anyone of you had dogs, obviously everyone's gone quiet. They don't want to talk about bee poo. Any dogs, if you take a dog for a walk, like they always manage to have something in reserve for when you go to the park or something. There's always something they can produce at any time. Our dogs have always been like that. Okay, so we'll stop talking about bee poo. There we go. So there's that little flower. Isn't that cute? I really love that little flower. That's really nice. And I like those colours as well. So I think we've chosen well. I'm going to give some Stella to that, just to give it a bit of a oomph. And then we can make our decision about sentiments and everything. I think that Stella's got some Stella in it. Just give it a bit of oomph. It's actually got, I might bring in a blend and give that, that little flower doesn't have a centre. I'm sure there's probably one in the stamp set and I just haven't seen it. But I don't think I'll bother getting a stamp set out for just a little white centre like that. So I might just grab, say, what's that? Dark saffron, just for the centre of that flower. There we are. Okay, so we like that. Yeah, it is cute, isn't it? Okay, so let's pop our white circle on the card base. Just so. Now Stevie's decided to go into the kitchen and crash around. He's working from home today. He seems to work from home quite a lot. I think people at work must have think he's already retired because he's hardly ever there. Let's have a think. I think that needs to go that way, which is against my first impressions because I usually put things that way. Does that make sense? I usually pop them there, but with those things there, that would all be upside down. So that offends my sensibilities. So it's going to have to go that way. Okay, so I might pop that on some dimensionals. And then we'll need to think about our sentiment. I'll grab some little ones, I think. There we are. Let's pop this one on dimensionals. I'm loving the way this one's working out. You're all very talented with your suggestions. Love it. This hasn't been too onerous. I thought, oh my goodness, what are you doing, Julianne? It's hard enough coming up with a card on your own, but asking a couple of dozen people to come up with it as well. What Inca? Which is that the DSP from the Coming Mini? Yes, Inca, it is, yes. Yeah, so the January to, well, it's now January to April. They're shorter now. There we are. So that's our little flower. Pop that on there. Okay, decision. Next decision time, we're going to use one of the sentiments from the stamp set. Oh, gosh, plastic and stuff everywhere. I'll close it up so we can see clearly what the sentiments are. So let's just pick a couple. We'll choose. For a very happy birthday, that's one choice, or sending happy thoughts. Sending happy thoughts or a very happy birthday. So thoughts or birthday, just type those. Thoughts or birthday. I can answer that for you about why it doesn't now go through to June. Thoughts or birthday. I'll just let everyone do their little bit of voting. They found that when they let the mini catalogue go through till June, that it didn't give us time to concentrate on the beautiful annual catalogue, because the annual catalogue goes April or May. So the annual catalogue starts in May, and so you'd have May and then hardly any time in June to concentrate on that. So yeah, so that's why they've brought it back, so that the annual catalogue itself gets more of a, more emphasis on its own, because at the way it was at the moment, it was basically just you get your annual catalogue 1 month and then we all started thinking about Christmas. So that's the way they've done that. Okay, so we've got thoughts. Yep, looks like thoughts are winning. Sending happy thoughts. Oh, we've got to use our bee as well. Don't forget, we've got to put our bee somewhere as well, because he's a bee. Sending happy thoughts. There it is. So I might pop that just on a scrap of white cardstock and then see how big it is, and we'll work out what sentiment box we're going to go. Maybe I'll just cut it down to shape with my scissors. Let's see. Yeah, so it's all part of the change for next year. They've changed a few things. Obviously, we're only having one celebration next year. So the one that starts in January and goes through to February is the one and only celebration we get next year. So if you're thinking about joining or taking advantage of all the other things that come with celebration, don't assume that you've got another chance in the year, because you won't have that later one. So we're having one celebration, which is why they've made it such a great deal. So yeah, if you usually wait to celebration to join, then yeah, just keep in mind that you've just got that one opportunity next year, which I'm happy about as well. With 2 celebrations in the year, you sort of, it lost its specialness a bit, I think, personally, and basically it's sort of the deals weren't quite as good as they were when they just concentrated all into one celebration. Okay, sending happy thoughts, tiny weeny little set. Yeah. So, and I'm going to pop that. How about we just pop that on there so we don't cover over too much of our pretty flowers. So I might pop a dimensional on the back and a little wee bit of glue. Yeah, so all in all, there've been some good decisions. Well, in my view, there've been some good decisions made by Stampin' Up marketing people with those changes. But as I say, it means you can't sit back and wait for a second celebration because it won't happen. Yeah. Tiny bit of glue just to keep that end down. What a clever lot of people you are. This is just such a pretty card. Just such a pretty card. Okay, final choice. Final choice. Underneath my mess that I've got here are two sorts of embellishments, and I haven't gone too crazy. So you can choose heart pearls, which I haven't used yet. That's like a totally new packet. Excuse me. Heart pearls or iridescent rhinestone gems. Sparkle, sparkle. So the pretty softness of pearls or the gems or the jewels. So pearls, jewels, pearls, jewels, pearls, jewels. Okay, choose your poison, guys. Heart pearls, we've got one. I'll put them there. You can choose pearls. Don't forget the bee. Thank you, Nicole. Don't forget the bee. Where's the bee gone? Here we go. We'll put the bee on in a minute. I've got the perfect spot for the bee too, just there, just where that flower sort of pushes towards the sky. Okay, jewels, pearls, jewels, pearls. The bee's going to happen anyway, so don't worry about him. You're not voting on the bee. So pearls or jewels. Pearls, pearls. There's a couple pearls, jewels. Oh gosh, jewels. No, it starts in well, hang on. To actually join with the offer, it's January. But if you joined in December, you can do celebration pre-earn. So yeah, so for new people like newbies, to get the joining offer is January. So January, February. But if you join in December, you get this other celebration benefits, and you can buy the little machine at retail price. So you know, it's a toss-up whether you really wanted to be a demonstrator in December or not. Jewels, I think we're going jewels. Yep. Okay, we'll go some jewels, but I'm going to pop the bee in first. So I'll just check him out, whether he's actually a solid bee or a bee that I need to colour in. Where are you, bee? Here he is. I think he's going to need a touch of colour, but I can do that with blends. There you go, Mr. B. So cute. There was a bit of a joke. Oh, he's facing the wrong way. Oh, you bee. You're facing the wrong way. He's facing to the left. Oh, that's annoying. My oh well, he's going to have to come in that way. That's got me concerned now. Looks like he's put his bottom towards the flower rather than his nose. Well, that's all right. We won't tell anyone. He's going to do some bee poo on that flower. Oops. Anyway, I will stop talking about bee poo eventually, I promise. Okay, so we're going to colour our bee. I've got some yellow there. I'll give him some yellow stripes. Just there. I'll give him some, what else do bees have? Sort of just a brown, I don't know. I usually look at them briefly and curse them, but I don't take much notice of what colour they are. Just some light brown there. There we go. He'll do. Maybe some sort of bluey wings there. Just so something a bit different. There you go. There's a bee. He's just leaving. Yes. Yes, Susan, he is. He's leaving the flower and he's heading for my car. Bees fly upside down. Oh, don't. My OCD would not cope with an upside down bee, you guys. Definitely not cope with an upside down bee. Anyway, so let's put our jewels on, and then I think we're just about done with this silliness. It's been quite a long 50 minutes. Gosh, I suppose it's card making by committee, so it's bound to take a wee bit of extra time. Okay, so let's put some gems on, some jewels on here. while she mucks around visualizing badly where the jewels should be. Up there. Okay, there we are. Bit of bling happening. There we go. Okay, so that is our card we made together. That was fun. And I hardly had to make any decisions at all. That was so cool. We might have to do this again, I think. That was just definitely an easy card. Well, easier. Basically, just had to pick a couple of stamp sets, a couple of color combos, and you guys did the rest. That's awesome. Okay, so thank you so much for watching me today and helping out with that. As I say, that beautifully happy stamp set is a celebration freebie with a $90 purchase in January. Or if you join sooner, you can pop it in. You can always get it as a demo earlier. That's our adorable owls. So they came off second, but we'll do those next time. That's also a $90 freebie with celebration. And we have used that pretty from the upcoming fancy flora from the upcoming catalogue as well. And we did one of the old favourites, our bookbind card. Okay, so thanks very much, guys, for joining. Have a great day, and I will see you all again on Saturday. So anyway, keep safe. Okay, bye.